Hey, hey, hey. How are you guys? How are you, Mr. Keith? How's it going? Just thought I'd do a little live tonight, see how everybody is. I haven't spoken with you folks in a very long time. The floor is yours. There's only one thing I wanted to really talk about is if there's any kind of music you could recommend to me that won't get me any copyright strikes or in trouble with YouTube for an intro and an outro. But the only thing is like I'm looking for something vintage, like a piece of music that's public domain, or where to find public domain music, because I'd like to have something like that for my channel. So if any of you guys have ideas, please let me know. Also, if you have ideas for anything that you wish for me to do for you, I'd be happy to do that. Hey, hey, Jojo, what's up? How you doing, kid? You doing okay? Is it snowing up there yet? Somebody sent me a picture of the craziest picture of snow. Are they right? Because I'm not sure. I haven't checked Chicago's forecast in a while, but since you're in the Midwest, you would know if you got snow. Anyhow, so that's what I'm pretty much asking. Okay, thank you. Because I was about to say that's a little too early for that. Yeah, I mean, there's only like one time I remember going trick or treating as a kid, wearing my jacket. It was it was awful. It was like my jacket on top of a Woolworths. Not meant telling you how old I am. My mom used to take me to Woolworths and get those plastic costumes, the Wonder Woman costumes and whatnot, and that cheap like plasticky mask. Those were the good old days for sure. So what's going on with you? I have somebody who would like to get in touch with you. Her name is Keebler. I know Keebler. She could get in touch with me anytime. She could get in touch with me here, or she could send me her email, or at least if there's a way that she could post message me, that would be great. I might have to try to knock on her door, so to speak, because I know I wish that there was something in um in YouTube where like you could send just a direct message to somebody, without putting your whole information out on the internet. So, hey Sarah, what's going on, lady? How you doing? Yeah, I don't know though. I don't know if she's gonna charge or not, and I mean, like right now, I'm kind of like strapped for money because I'm in between jobs. But I was just looking for something kind of old fashioned, 1920s, 30s, something like that. And so, yeah, did you say that she wants to get in touch with me though, Keith and other sister Jessica? Aw, that's good. Did you have a nice day today? I hope. I hope. Today, I don't know. Today's been a crazy day. Besides looking for work and cleaning apartment, cooking dinner, and walking dog, I'm pretty much okay. Just wish I had something to do during the day. But until then, I'm coming up with material and I've got some things for Halloween, but I probably won't put them out till closer to Halloween. Um, like, I hate to copy like everybody else, but like tell you like uh, FYI, things that maybe you didn't know. So hopefully I'll get that out to you folks. So Miss Sarah, how's Miss Pickles? And for Miss Jojo, how you doing with Mr. Licky? How is he doing? Does he? I wonder. Does he? Oh, I love learning. Yeah, me too. Me too. Is Mr. Licky shedding or anything at this time of year? What does he do? Kind of wanted to know. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of things with geckos and all sorts of good stuff. So I don't know. Licky is doing great. That's cool. But he doesn't shed now, does he? Or does he shed with the seasons? I don't know all about that, but I keep on seeing geckos on my feed on my Facebook page for some reason. I guess I kind of like them, but I've always loved the armadillos. Those are pretty fun to have. Or no, not the armadillos. What are they called? They're big. They're real big. They're like whoa. I can't think of the name of them now. Hey, Danny, how you doing, sir? I hope everything's okay in South Carolina. You didn't get any of that rain or mess, did you? Because I was hoping you guys didn't get it. Your hippopotamus. That's cute. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad because a lot of people really had a lot of problems with that rain, and people on the West Coast too with them fires. It's crazy. I mean, like, what's happening here? Oh, that's good to know you're good. I'm glad. That really sucks though when you have all that crap coming to you and you got all that going on for you. It's no fun. It's no fun. I'm still here in Tallahassee, Florida, DIA. So nothing's really happening here that much. Like I said, still in between work, but hey, I'm coming up with some things to send to you folks. Maybe Thursday I'll send out my Halloween information, or maybe not this. I'm trying to think, when is Halloween this year? Am I going batty or what? Wait a minute, is that Halloween? Halloween's not on the 31st, is it? Because I want to know. Because if I had the date right, I could send stuff earlier than that. But yeah, I see. So, ah, so anything new in the world here? Like I was asking, um, the reason why I was asking for a new, like a theme kind of piece music, is because I just want to jazz up my things and look a little bit more professional than I've been doing things lately. And I also wanted to know if there was any kind of old timey things you folks would like to see me do. I was speaking with Thrash Pondo, and he was giving me some really good ideas about like pre Hays Code and Hays Code movies. So I'm gonna do something on that. That's a little more in depth than my little Halloween treat. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna research those up and down and show pictures at least or something from them. And I hope to be doing better. Just still learning my way around this thing called StreamYard. So it's a coming. It's a coming. Hit me up, Tracy, if you need it. Okay, cool. I might just do that. You see, I have to take my glasses off and read, unless there's any way of making StreamYard text bigger, because my vision is really funky. So I'm like I'm looking like this, and then I make this face here where I'm not really serious. Like I was doing that on Eric's stream too because I needed to see. So I wanted to make sure I was reading everything you guys said. StreamYard sounds like it's easy, but for an old timer like me, I'm still kind of slow. Like Thresh and I know we always commiserate on that because he's rather he's in my age group, so we both have like times where we just need a little extra help. Oh my gosh! So I mean, is there anything you guys have going on lately, or anything you want to hit me up with, or anything like that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just sitting here talking. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Like I said, trying to find a full-time job, and that boy is it crazy. And I went for 2 interviews. I haven't heard back from either one of them yet. One of them was 2 weeks ago, and I think the other one was just on Tuesday. So, don't know. But I do better when I have a job, you know. And the thing is, they're sitting here and we're a little worried here at the old Rothmeyer's estate. But otherwise, things are going good. I'm enjoying a lot of Chance's information these days. He does a really lovely thread, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's called the Nostalgic Podcast, Podblast rather. He is really good, and he knows his stuff. And also Thrash Pondo Pons, he's really good too. And then of course Dave Sundstrom, who I look up to. All those people. And then my friend Scott, who's got Scott on Tape. He does like pop culture videos, excellent. And if you want Americana history, the best one I could recommend is Frontier Patriot. They actually dress up, for like the late 1700s, early 1800s, and they are really cool people. Um, they do a lot of fun stuff. Their names are Justine and Ron, so I'm trying to give them a little plug here too because they do a lot of interesting things, and they do like reenactments and things like that. I mean, if you're interested in that, there's a part of me that's interested in history. There's a part of me that's interested in pop culture. I'm kind of a multifaceted person. I mean, I go to a lot of different sites too, for different lives if they're happening, and I'll just go on and see what everybody's talking about, at least if I don't pipe in or say anything silly myself. Hmm. So let me see who is coming on now. Okay, that is not somebody I know. I'm just looking at my iPad, but I'm actually talking to you through my computer because it's easier to do my computer with the StreamYard than the iPad. So, in the meantime, um, I don't know. I mean, anything challenging, anything you want to hear, anything, because I could help also with like finding backgrounds of people and seeing what they did. Um, Although I'm kind of like Hollywood pop culture ish. I try to stay with the things that are out of like Dave Sundstrom's way, and definitely out of the way of the rest of people like Thrash and Eric and all. You guys do a lot of modern stuff, and I know a lot of older stuff, but I'm trying to trying to give my information for that. Now, Thrash said he would be here, but I don't see him anywhere. So I think he may be asleep. He say he has Monday off, so maybe he just needs his rest. Because I know he usually has a big night on Sunday, so that takes a lot out of you. And so I could understand where he's coming from. Let me see. Shout out. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, it is hard, and it's tough to come up with material, especially when you're trying to be new and you want to put your stuff up, but you don't want to sound like an idiot, and or like you're reading like a script per se. You want to kind of do it with more of a natural flow. And I try to do that. I mean, I'm trying to do that. Like, I like how, Dave just sits back and talks back, and he's real good. And Thrash is great. Even Danny's great too. If he's got something to say, he'll say it. And he's educated me a lot about certain things. So I appreciate that. And I like to hear what other people are doing. And I sometimes like to watch, how things are made or, like how houses are made or something like that. It just is intriguing. Or small house. I couldn't live in a small house, but I see them living in these places. It's like, oh my God. So it's interesting to me. Excuse me. Uh, so with that said is I just don't know what else to do. I mean, if there's like, because I was thinking too of doing Hollywood, yes, but also doing like other things in pop culture, but not things that are new. Like things that came out earlier that people remember to this day. Like when things were made or created. Like when the yo-yo was created and stuff. Because I'm sure that toy has been around long before the 50s, and same with hula hoops and all the rest of that. I think back in the 1800s, they actually used to play with a stick and a hoop, and they would just hit the hoop with the stick and keep it going. And it's pretty cool. So, I mean, like, I like a lot of that stuff. It's pretty interesting to me. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Like I say, a lot of my lives are going to be short ones until like I grow a little bit and learn a little bit, skin my knees a little bit because that's what you have to do. And I'm feeling really good. I mean, like as far as like I'm concerned, I've lost like 13 pounds, and I'm trying to get on a plan with my doctor. So I feel good about that. I feel real good about that because now my clothes are feeling a little looser than they were. But I can't wait to get on this program with my doctor. So hopefully I could know stuff. how they came up with the slinky. Okay, okay, me. Okay, so JoJo says slinky. Maybe I'll put that down here. JoJo slinky. That's a good choice. Yeah, I mean, I love those quests. I like the original Slinkies the best, the metal ones. The plastic ones are always so cheapy to me, but the metal ones are great. And we had big stairs in my house when I was growing up. I grew up in a city called Evanston, which is next door to Chicago, and it's next door on the north side, and we're along the lake. Anyways, the houses there, are not ranch houses. They're old 1800 style houses made in 1800s. So we had like 17 steps going up to the second, where our bedrooms were and everything. And so I used to like putting the slinky on it, watch it go all the way down. It would drive my German shepherds crazy because like they would smell it, and then then my poor dog Queenie got her snoot stuck in it. I'm like, oh God. And I was so little too, like I was like, "Mom, how do I get this out of her face?" So, little things I remember. Yeah, the metal ones are great. Yeah, the plastic ones are crap. They're sucky and they break so fast. I'm like, they're not fun. And I like the way the metal ones sounded. It's something about the sound. I like that. I can't even reproduce that sound, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It's like the same way I feel about subway cars and stuff. I still remember the smell and the screeching. Yeah, but there's no subways here in Tallahassee. Alas, but I'll survive. But yeah, so that's what I'd like to do. So I mean, I like to put other things into my videos too. So I'm not like tapping into like my friend Scott's territory or into my friend, you know, um, Dave Sundstrom's territory or nobody. I want to do stuff that's original to me. I don't want to be telling the same story as everybody else is telling. Oh, here's like where Marilyn Monroe's buried. Everybody's done that one. Or here's like the house of horrors that like Edgar Allan Poe wrote in, or something like that. I don't know, but I'm trying to be original and trying to get original material and just trying to keep things learned. So, anywho, that's what I'd like to do. I total metal. Yeah, yeah, I like doing stuff, that other people don't do. And as you could tell with me when I'm on the web, when I'm on sites with you folks, just as a regular talker or chatter, it's like I'm kind of outside the box. Well, that is definitely true. I'm outside the box, but I stay within the parameters of what I'm, thinking about when I'm doing, because I just want to share stuff with you, and I want you to share stuff with me too. Now, if there's some mistake I made, or if I said the person's name incorrect, or whatever it is, you are more than graciously accepted to let me know either way. And if you know a date or something that I don't know, hey, we could all learn something together, because I believe in that. I don't believe just yammering on all night like I'm doing now. Like when I listen, I like to sit and learn. Sometimes I don't always say something, like especially with Dave, because he's got so much, and so many people, talking to him. And the thing too is, it's like I like to, listen and learn to what he has to say, or listen to what Scott has to say, because Scott's a really cool guy. He really is, and I like his channel. And I hate to say this, but there are two people I listen to, and he's my first favorite. The second one, I was listening to a guy named Jordan. He was good. Don't get me wrong. He's a really good YouTuber as well, but I prefer Scott, because Scott is just really down to earth, and he's a very street smart person, and I consider myself to be a little street smart as well. So, anywho, that's the way I feel. And so, if anybody has anything to talk about, anything new happening in the lives here, anything fun, anybody going to see anything this weekend or doing this weekend or this week? I know a lot of you probably have to work and stuff, so you probably don't have very much time. a books that anybody's reading because I could talk about a book too, just the same, you know. So that's what's going on in my little world. Like I said, I'm doing a weight thing now. I'm trying to get a plan from my doctor, so I gotta go give my blood work tomorrow. Fun, no joy. But they want to make sure that I'm getting the right drug. You see, I'm kind of on Ozempic right now, and it's really not doing anything. And I hope it lowers my A1C, if anything, because that's what I'm taking it for. But I really wouldn't mind losing the weight along with it, and having proper things instead of crap. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of the same way I've been going down. So the only way from going down is going back up. So I gotta go back up. Oh, you're working on more diamond art? That is so cool. Jojo, you do the best diamond art I've ever seen. So pretty, so pretty. I like that stuff. I wonder if you could like if like because I like handbags and like sometimes like if I can make a handbag or get a used handbag made of leather or something and then have like one of the diamond arts, of course it's going to be shellacked after it's finished, and then I'd like to find some way of stitching it into the purse just to give it a little much. Yeah, and then that's what I like to do. I'd love to do that. Yeah, no problem. You do beautiful stuff. That's a lot of painstaking work, and you have to have better vision for it than I do. So yeah, my mom used to do petty point too, in addition to needlepoint, but petty point's really smaller, and there was no way in hell, even when I was a kid, I couldn't do that stuff. It's just too difficult, and the squares are way so small. You could give me the best, give me the best magnifier in the world, and I'd still have issues with it. But yeah, I don't see how you do that diamond art because I know that's tiny too. I think the most I've ever done anything like that is rug hooking, and that's pretty fun to do. It should be possible. Use reading glasses to see the letters. Oh, never thought about that. See, I just tried looking at reading glasses over at Dollar Tree, seeing if they were any decent, and it's like they don't do anything for me because I've got prescripts, and these are supposedly those Invisalign things, but they're not doing me any good either. So I got to go back and see my doctor for that. Everything's about a doctor when you get older, and I'm tired of it. Oh gosh, and then there's my friend Steve who talks about retirement, and I'm like, "Oh God, am I really getting to your age close fast?" He also does a show, he also has a channel, Steve does, and I'm bolstering on these people because they really do good jobs. Sarah does a good job. My flock, who is currently on right now, she does beautiful work. I mean, I've seen her stuff, gorgeous. And the thing too is, I love her little birds. Her birds are the best. It's like I love the colors and Pickles. Pickles looks like the rainbow. I love it. Pickles is a cute one. Birds are eating. I've seen that. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. I hate to do say this, but like with my dog when I was a kid, my German Shepherd, uh, we did that scene out of that Disney movie with the spaghetti. And of course, Queenie was. I was like, she was a great dog. She's really smart. She's a really gentle German Shepherd. But I grew up with German Shepherds. Now I have a Chihuahua. I've actually had a Chihuahua before this one. Then he passed, and then we had two dogs, and then the other one about a couple of months back had to be put down. And I was the one who made that call because unfortunately his spine was going out and there's no surgeries or anything that could be performed to help him out. And he was losing his power of his back legs. He was screaming one night, and so that's what had to be done. Now we've got another Chihuahua here. Her name is Chloe, and she was actually brought into the family to keep Maxie, who is the dog I put down, busy so that he would have a little friend here. So that's what you do to keep an older dog going. So yeah, yeah, you do great stuff, Sarah. I love your material you do on your shows, and I like BBB, triple B, I believe. Has a great channel. I love her theme music too. It's so cool. I mean, she does really nice, and she has a great panel. You guys know a lot of stuff too. I've learned a lot from you as well. But yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Keebler's cool. She's the best. And I also like Retro Nerd Girl, but she goes on at weird times now that I can't find. Uh, that I can't always be there to see because like I still have to do errands and everything here. Hey Cheryl, how's it going? How is California? I am okay. I'm hanging in there. Uh, just saying. I was saying to somebody else because Cheryl is actually my cousin, and I was saying to somebody else that when it came to my bubby, your aunt Millie, how she never cooked the family dinner, I'd say she made reservations. She did. She never ever cooked for us, but she always took all of us out. I mean, all the grandkids, or sometimes she would go over to the deli and bring us like cold, oh, is it cold meat platter so we can make sandwiches out of? Because she could not cook at all. Well, it was funny. I mean, I was just remembering old times with somebody on another feed. So, yes, that crosses my mind too. Oh my gosh. And Sarah, I mean, like, I don't know where you're at in California, but my cousin Cheryl is also in California. So it's kind of funny. And yeah, you guys live in almost the same area, I think, but I'm not too sure. Um, I know it takes her quite a bit to get to LA proper, and especially with, the traffic and all there. My God, you guys have so many cars. I've never seen so many cars in my life. But that is California, and things are spread out. Yeah, you guys should talk. You guys are both from California. Great place to be. I miss it out there. I really do. I really need to find money or something to get out there and just see. I would like to go visit Palm Springs. That's where my friend Steve lives. Oh, I was telling you about Steve. He's got a great channel, and I watch this too. I don't know why I'm so interested in it, but and not just because it's Halloween season, but I watch this all the time. My husband could tell you, is I'm really interested in those graveyard tours that people do. I know Scott has a few of those on his channel, but Steve, he has a channel called the Graveyard Channel, and he does nothing but going to visit graveyards. It is so cool. And then there's another guy by the name of Arthur Dark who does like these Hollywood graveyards, and some people from the times I'm interested in. Like he just showed, I don't know if it was him or somebody, or maybe it was Jordan the Lion. He did when we're he showed oh gosh, who was it? Humphrey Bogart and Carol Lombard, or at least where they're both put in. The thing is like they both were cremated, and I heard that he, oh God, I'm losing my track now. He is buried. Humphrey Bogart is buried in a secret area in I in a graveyard in California that you can't, the general public hasn't does not have access to, but people do. Like some people do, and Jordan's got all these people he knows, so I'm sure he pulled some strings. So he got to see that, and it's got a moniker on there for Humphrey Bogart. But the interesting thing is, Carol Lombard, who supposedly her ashes are in there with his, there's no mention of her. It's just so weird. And then the thing too I find interesting is like those graveyards that like famous people are buried in, but they don't want to have their names put on their graves. Somebody like Frank Zappa or something. I hear all these people being buried, and they don't want people to come to their graves. I could see why. It's too when you have too many fans, they start doing crazy things, and just like the grave of Jim Morrison in Paris. People can't leave that one alone. They want to chip at it, or like I heard they had a bust of Jim Morrison on there at one time, and they had to remove it, or they had it stolen, and then they had one, and it was chipped in pieces, and then they had to remove it because it was so bad. You couldn't recognize it was him. Um, Basically, it was just a bunch of chipped, some cremation cement or whatever you want to call it, all broken down. And you see a lot of bottles of whiskey and stuff on his grave. So yeah, but I'm interested in that stuff. That was Jordan. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I Okay. See you later, Miss Sarah. Have a good night. Eat something good. That was Jordan, Joe. I didn't know that was Jordan. Wait a minute. I could have sworn it was somebody else. No. Oh yeah, that was Jordan. Yeah, that's who. Yeah, you're right. But I think yeah, that's Jordan the line. He just had that one up. But yeah, but there's like other people who are buried so many places and they don't want to. But like I said, people are nuts. They'll go to a graveyard and they'll just dig things up or they want a piece of the person. I'm like, what the, you know, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't sound right to me. So anywho, that's stuff like I'm kind of into, but I like I said, I live off of old timey things. And so maybe I'll get a good one here. Let me see if I could find somebody. I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea for Halloween. And it'll be something from the 30s, I think. 30s or 40s. I'll have to check. But yeah, and I like to do some unknown facts about some people as well. Oh gosh. What time is it now? How long have I been going on for? About 30 something minutes. I'm going to be closing this shop down just a few. Yeah, I know but Danny, it's interesting to see where people are. I mean, it's just to me it's very interesting. Like, like how you talk about these critters who roam around your area at nighttime. It's like that's the same for me with these graveyards. I know I'm creepy. I know I've got some weird thing going on, but yeah, they are really interesting and the people are really interesting. It's actually kind of neat to hear about about people from back then. And ask why because sometimes there's multiple reasons why somebody passed, but sometimes, after a few years you get to actually hear the true story. So to me that's all kinds of fun. I mean, I like listening about people. Yeah, yeah, the single life, yeah, has gone to people. Yeah, Steve, he is awesome. I love Steve. And yeah, and then there's another guy by the name of Steve who does graveyards and he gives um homage to people. Oh gosh. Yeah, now Steve is called The Day in the Life, and he does a really good one too. I mean, like when somebody passes, he's really on it. And yeah, he goes to graveyards too. I enjoy those because it takes a lot of time and to drive everywhere just to see where people are at. And the other Steve, who's the graveyard guy, not to be confused with the Dana Life Steve. Okay, he went and drove all cross country to see every president's grave up until the last one, until like Carter or something. But he went and he visited, the Bush's grave, former Bush, of course, not the big one. And then there's another one that he went to. Oh my gosh, it was Nixon, Nixon's grave he went to. I mean, that takes a lot of money and time. Amusing, sir. Yeah, she sure has a mind of her own. I have an Alexa too, and Alexa wants to tell me all sorts of information, and it's like, will you ever shut up? Because I think somehow I managed to program it wrong. So now, yeah, I got to take care of that. So is to break it down. Well, anywho, I'm going to let you guys have the rest of your evening. Like I said, I'm only trying to do these short lives for now until we could get a bunch more people going. But it's really nice seeing everyone here. I just want you all to stay happy and healthy and all that. You didn't find them anywhere? Um, oh gosh, I will send you their information, Sarah. I will definitely will send you their information. because you should see these things. They're really good. You know who Arthur Dark is, don't you? I hope. But yeah, so I basically wanted to give you that information. I love you too, girl. I'm glad I caught you too, Jojo. You take it easy, girl. And I'll chat with you guys very, very soon, okay? I haven't forgotten about you. I've just been sort of in the mind of job, you know, looking, and I'm kind of a little stressed out too, so I don't want to bring that to the table on our little group. Anywho, I'm glad to see you. Stay healthy. Enjoy your days and your evenings. And if you're having dinner now, go for it. And if you're not and you just want to sit back, go for that too. Toodles. Have a great day.